Hi everybody, welcome to my Bath & Body Works ritual haul video. If you're new here, normally I do this on Saturdays. However, this week I was traveling all day from Michigan to California on Saturday, and so I'm doing it today, and you are in for a real treat. My name is Tracy, this is the 3-Wick Thesis candle channel, and I got candles over here, I got candles over here. I'm in a little candle nest, all of Bath & Body Works fall sale candles. Now, this sale has been incredible. I am so confused. For now, I'm going to call this the Fall TAS sale, standing for tri-annual sale, meaning it happens 3 times a year because we had winter, we had summer, and now we have fall. If we end up getting a spring sale like this, I will change it to QAS. It would be a Q, quarterly annual sale, because this feels a lot like either the end of winter SAS or summer SAS, which is when we would normally see 75% off fall candles. I am not complaining, but I am a little bit fearful of what that means for winter SAS. Will it be as fun? Will it be as exciting and as much of a treasure hunt? I don't know. Online, I don't think it will be, but given how much stock was left in my store today, I think we're going to see these at winter SAS again, or at least some of them. So I'm going to start by opening up a haul that I had shipped to me. Now this is one that I picked up the very first day of the sale, and that was right before I went to Michigan, and I had stuff shipped to me. And I was on there, it was like 3:30 in the morning my time, because it started at 3 a.m. And I was really excited, had filled my cart. I was trying to get it up to the $100 so I could get free shipping. And it's like every time I got it to the $100 point, it would come back and say something has sold out. And so I'd have to go back and find something else to add. And then that would happen again, literally for like 40 minutes. And finally I said, you know what? Forget it. I'll just pay for shipping. So I did pay for shipping on this particular purchase. And I missed out on some of them that I really wanted. Perfect in Pink, for example. The Iris and Cedarwood. They sold out so fast I couldn't get them. But I did get some goodies, some of them at the 60% off price before they went 75, and then most of these were 75% off. The first thing I snagged is not actually a candle. It is a pumpkin carving foam soap. This is foam, right? Yeah, foam soap. Because I went to restock my soap dispensers, and I didn't have any more Halloween soap after I refilled it with vampire blood. So I picked this up so we'd have one more for this season. Didn't want to run out, and that was only, well, like $1.98. And then the rest of the order is all candles. And for some reason, they shipped the soap separately from the candles. Like, it came in literally 2 different packages. So I only paid 1 shipping fee, but 2 boxes arrived, and at 2 different points. And this actually got here, I want to say it was like Wednesday of last week. But I was in Michigan, so I did not get a chance to unload any of this. So I'll just grab out of the box, share with you what I got. I'm not going to say a whole lot about the candles because I have a lot here that I hauled, and I don't want to take up your whole day. All right, sugared lemon zest in the 3-wick. Now this is a White Barn candle. I think these came out last year around Candle Day. Yeah, given the batch date, that would make sense. So Hubs really loves this one. I do too. It's tangy Sorrento lemons, bright lemon zest, and fresh sugar cane. Also found out while I was in Michigan, the stepdad really likes this one. It's just a solid, like crisp, zesty, juicy lemon with what feels like big sugar, like granular sugar in there. It smells like when you bite into like a sugar-rimmed margarita glass. So sweet, lemony, delicious. The Hubs likes that one. I like that one. And it was 75% off. I don't know about that White Barn jar, because those are the ones that did not perform well for me last year. But I am willing to tolerate it because it was only $6.73. I also grabbed a sweet kiwi and starfruit. Now most of these I'm going to be putting in my, if you saw my video about my collection, well, first of all, if you didn't check it out, I'll put a link below and pop a card up here. But if you saw it, you noticed I had like a cabinet with spring candles in it, and I was like, there's room to grow. That's where these summer ones are going to go. I'm just going to store them until next year. So I will have fun summer candles to burn, but I will have only paid, well, in this case, it was less than $6.73 because I used a gift card, like $5.50, $5.25. You can't beat this price. So I did like this one this summer. because it was on clearance, I picked up another one. It's Golden Kiwi, Juicy Starfruit, and Solar Woods. This wasn't like my most favorite candle of the summer, but I liked that it was like juicy, sweet, without having to have pineapple in it. I feel like there's a lot of pineapple in summer and without having to have coconut in it. So the kiwi is really nice. It actually does remind me a bit of like a kiwi starburst. It's sweet, feels a little bit like taffy, and I don't know if that's coming from the starfruit too. There's just like a hint of sourness, tanginess to it. Yeah, I like it. I'm realizing I didn't show you the wax and the wicks on the other one. This one is core wicks, white wax. The sugared lemon zest is thin curly wicks. That gives me a little bit more hope. The thin curly wicks don't tend to soot quite as bad, although sometimes they get more swampy. So you just have to keep an eye on them. This one I was excited for because, and y'all, I don't know what was going on with my store because I went the first day and they didn't have any of the summer candles out, and I knew that they had some of this one, the pink kiwi strawberry, pink kiwi berry, I guess it is. They'd had one of those during the summer, it was like last harvest sale or something like that. It was 50% off all spring and summer candles, and they didn't have them out when the fall sale started, so I was stuck getting stuff only online. Well, today I went and they had a bunch of the late spring, early summer candles out. So I don't know if they just didn't pull them in time for the sale. Anyway, they were out of this one, and I did get it online. This was one that sold out about right after I bought it. This is the one that smells like the pink starburst. It's also kiwi, sweet kiwi, candied citrus, and sunny orchids. And this one smells a bit more floral than the one I had this summer, and I was noticing in stores that sometimes they smelled really sweet and taffy-like, and sometimes they had a tinge of floral in it from the orchid, and this one has more floral than that sweet taffy note. It's still there, and it's not overpowering. I like it enough to be satisfied. I do have an off-center wick up here. It's a little bit off-center, and maybe it's this one. Either way, something is a bit wonky with the wicks. Those are thin, stiff, ropey wicks, white wax. Also 75% off. This one was 75% off. Love the jars on these. This is Strawberry Daiquiri. The Strawberry Daiquiri I burned this summer was from Winter Sass, and I didn't get the new jars, so I'm happy to have the new jar because I love the way these look when they're burning. This one has white wax core wicks, and it is frozen strawberries, sweet simple syrup, shot of tropical rum, and zesty citrus twist. And if I remember correctly, there is not enough rum in here. Yeah. To me, this just smells like a citric acid, icy strawberry drink. It's very tangy, almost like orange drink powder to me, with what feels like, I mean, I feel like I actually get like an icy element. That frozen strawberries is legit. It feels like icy and sugary at the same time. And then it feels like a very muted, like macerated strawberry. But I could do with more rum. I like boozy candles, but if you don't like boozy, don't be put off by the daiquiri title. That one was also 75. This one was the only one that was 60% off. I think it has since gone 75%, but it was an online exclusive and it sold out online. So I'm glad I got it. Not at the 75% price point, but this was early on in the sale and a lot of it hadn't gone 75 yet. Really enjoying this one in my October rotation, so I wanted to back up. I might end up doing this one in November. We'll see. It's Pumpkin Donut Shop. Glazed donuts, warm pumpkin spices, sprinkled with powdered sugar. And the reason why I'm liking it is because when this is burning, it comes across almost as a pretzel note. Yeah, this feels more like a pretzel than a donut to me. It is a little bit sweet, but you get just this like kind of bready and sugary note with a little hint of spice. It's not too spicy. It's kind of like a warm cinnamon. It almost smells like a cinnamon roll before you put a ton of icing on. Anyway, happy to have Pumpkin Donut Shop as backup. Wish I could have gotten it for 75% off, but I understand why I didn't. And this one, I don't remember ordering anything that would be coming in styrofoam, y'all. What is this? Did I order this? I didn't order this. I mean, that's cool. I got somebody else's order, so I'm gonna have to look and make sure. It's cute. It's the Owl Foam Soap Dispenser. But I didn't order this. So let me see if I'm missing something or if that is just a random freebie. Yeah, I am missing a candle, so I should have gotten, which is fine. I didn't really need that one. I ordered the Mountainside Mist. That's the one that's like the repackage of Summer Rain. And I did really like that candle, but it was also super light, so, you know, I didn't get it. I got this instead, which actually, honestly, the hubs will be very excited that this was a freebie. So, surprise! Someone other than me got this, like, you know, they ordered this and they're gonna get the dumb Mountainside Mist candle instead. Oh, I feel bad for them. Oh well, I'll reach out to customer service. I'll get a refund for my missing candle. I don't think that's still in stock. And they'll probably let me keep that. That's usually how it works. Okay, so let's get a total here. Now I'm going to give you totals based off of the candles I ordered, not the owl thing, because I didn't actually order that. Full price, if I had paid full price for everything that I hauled here, keep in mind switching this out for the Mountainside Mist candle, it would have been $167.65. With the sale, it was $45.61. However, I was using the gift cards I got from Amazon, which are, you pay $40 and you get $50 worth of gift cards, so it's like an additional 20% off, which brings my total down to $36.49. Not a bad deal at all. So then on Thursday, when I was filming prepping to film my Weekend Deals episode, which, by the way, if you are new here, that is, I think, my most popular series. It happens every Thursday. I talk about sales and new products. Subscribe if you want to see that in your feed. I found out a whole bunch of candles went 75% off, and I immediately put in a BOPIS order for my store here because I knew I was going to be coming home. We were going to be going on Sunday, and I could pick them up. So I have a massive BOPIS order here. I'm just going to dig in and see what I got. Maple Pumpkin is first. Now these are all 75% off except for the Milk Bar candles, which were buy one, get one free. So this one was like $6.73, I think. I already had this one at the stepdad's house. I bought it before realizing that he was not enjoying it, so I ended up bringing it home. So I have 1.5 of these now, which is fine. I like it. He said it made his eyes burn, so I was like, well, don't suffer through that. I'll just take it home. You also really have to like maple. This is pumpkin spice, sweet maple syrup, and brown sugar, but y'all, this is just straight up maple syrup to me. I don't really get any sort of like spice or like warm cinnamon, anything like that. It is just a very sweet, very cloying maple syrup. It kind of smells like if you went out for breakfast and you spilled like some maple syrup on your clothing and all day long you're like, what's that smell? It's maple syrup. You get that vibe from it. And you also, by the way, if you burn this, are going to have it linger in that same way. I had this burning in my bedroom at my stepdad's house, and I think I had it in there maybe for an hour while I was filming, and I could still smell it 2 days later. So it is cloying, it is clingy, it is long lasting. I love it because I love maple, but if you do not, you would not want this at all. It's kind of an off-white creamy wax, thin, stiff, ropey wicks. I wanted to get another one of the Honeycrisp Apple. Can you believe it, y'all? Yes, I wanted a backup of an apple scent. This one is Golden Honeycrisp, Apple Blossom, and Fresh Sugarcane. I've been burning this one in the October rotation. Really enjoying it. It's a very fresh, crisp, juicy apple. I don't get Apple Blossom. That's a floral, and normally that's a little bit sharp. I don't get it at all. To me, this is just a very tart, very juicy apple. A little bit sweet from the sugarcane. White wax, thin, stiff, ropey wicks. I don't know if I'll burn this in November or I'll put it in my backstop. We'll see. I have to start pulling my November rotation. It's time, y'all. I mean, it's only the 19th, but before I know it, I'll be filming that and sharing it with y'all. Freshly brewed coffee. The Hubs is on his last one of the Candle Day coffee from last year. It's the same one. It's just relabeled. This is a scent story. Enjoy the room-filling aroma of fresh coffee beans as you pour yourself a cup of ambition. Y'all, that is so cheesy. It's just coffee. And it's a good coffee. It's not too dark roasted. It doesn't smell burnt. It feels rich and a little bit... I feel like the smell has a texture. It feels like creamy coffee to me. It doesn't have a milk lactonic note. It just doesn't feel abrasive and harsh. It feels like a smooth coffee. Hubs loves it. I love it. I want to do a coffee rotation in November, so we're going to buy another one of these. Thin Stiff Ropey Wicks with white wax. I haven't even burned this one yet, but I know I'm going to love it. It's Pumpkin Pecan Waffles. I wanted another one. This is another one that's pretty cloying. Again with maple syrup, golden waffles, pumpkin spice, and brown sugar. Now, these differ a little bit because this one has a pecan note. So full on, just straight up maple in this one. This one is mapley and nutty. It actually reminds me a little bit of, and I don't know if that's what they're actually called. In my head, I'm thinking sticky buns. It's like a donut with like a maple syrup kind of sticky top layer, and then there's like pecans all over it. It reminds me of that. I do get like something bready or donut-y. I don't know if I would identify it as waffle, but that's what they're saying. These are more medium ropey with white wax. Also 75% off on that one. I'm doing it because I love mahogany vanilla. I know. Who am I? Who am I all? You know, for months I've been saying I'm not crazy about apple. Since I started my channel, I've been saying how much I dislike mahogany. But I love mahogany vanilla so much. And this is similar. I feel like I'm just like right there when I sniff it on cold where I'm like, ooh, this could go one of two ways. I'm hoping it goes the way of I am surprised that I enjoy it. I have a deep fear that it's going to go the way of this is too cologne-y. I don't know, there's just something about it I like with the apple. It adds like a sweet tartness to it. We'll see. Red mahogany woods, golden delicious apple, pink peppercorn, and fresh lavender sprigs. I don't think I get lavender. It just smells like classic mahogany with apple. And there is like a hint of something, a smidge spicy. You could convince me it's pink peppercorn. But it also just feels like my nose is burning from the cologne vibes. So, don't know. More of a medium ropey, white wax on that one. For $6.73, we're going to find out. I picked up another pumpkin spice latte. We are on our last one. Actually, almost done with it. It's on my counter over here for my October rotation. Almost gone. So this is an extra for next year. White wax, thin stiff ropey wicks on this. Also, I really like these jars. They're kind of have a sheen to them, like a glittery sheen. I think they're really pretty. Pumpkin pie spice, freshly brewed espresso, homemade whipped cream, and a sprinkling of cinnamon sugar. To me, this is a very creamy coffee, like very, very milky. It's not like sour lactonic, but it is very creamy, very milky, a hint of spice, and a very small hint of coffee. I actually am craving more coffee, so I plan on burning this one with fresh brewed coffee just to ramp it up. So I'll be pairing these two together. Although I don't think it'll be this specific one. It'll be the one I have to get through first. But at any rate, those two go together really well. And the last one in this bag is Welcome Home. Finished this up last month. I said I probably wouldn't pick it up unless it was at SAS. It isn't technically SAS, but you know what? It was there. It was 75% off, and I love these fall edit jars. Very artsy. This one's cinnamon sugar, warm apple butter, clove buds, and brown sugar. I get mostly the warm apple butter on this candle. This also feels a bit like cinnamon roll frosting to me, and I don't know if that's the way the cinnamon sugar is playing with the brown sugar and the butter, but it almost feels like a cinnamon roll. It's warm, it's comforting, it's gourmandy, it's sweet. Honestly, I don't get clove in this at all. These are more like a medium, almost thin stiff ropey wick, white wax, and I love the glossy black lid, although this one's been through it. It's got quite a bit of scratching on it. But for 75% off, I'm not going to complain. So that's bag one. And yes, there is a bag two from that BOPIS. That's a milk bar. We're going to wait and introduce those. That's a milk bar. Sunlit Trails. Love this one. Haven't finished it yet because I was saving it for November or December. I really like it. The Hubs really likes it. It's fir branches, bright citrus, and golden sun rays. And it is just a beautiful pine citrusy candle. I feel like the pine is pretty sharp It feels a little bit dank, a little bit funky. The citrus is nice and juicy. It's not too bright. It's sweet. So it's just like a beautiful play of pine and citrus together. And for me, mine was strong. I know people online were saying theirs were dudding out and they couldn't smell them. Corwix White Wax, but I got lucky and mine aren't. Mine has been a good performer, so I did buy another one. Another Milk Bar. 2 more of the 75% off. Pumpkin S'mores. Held off because I really don't think I'm going to like this one either. I don't like graham cracker notes, but it doesn't smell that bad on cold anymore. So I'm going to give it a try. Noticing the wax is looking a little bit discolored on the bottom. Looks like it's yellowing. Corwix on this one. White wax. This one is roasted marshmallow, melted chocolate, and pumpkin graham cracker. This feels really light too compared to last year's. I get mostly chocolate and like a little bit of marshmallow. I don't get much of the graham cracker on this. So maybe there's hope that I will like that one this year. I'm gonna burn that one. I might start it this month, actually. And the last 75% off candle is one that I already bought a backup of, but at this price, I almost bought one more today. Autumn Woods. This is by far one of my favorite fall candles from Bath & Body Works this year. Dark walnut, English lavender, and white amber. It is woody. It feels just a little bit cologne-y. It kind of reminds me of like the cologne-y edge of sea salt and sails. Like it's tolerable. It's not the focal point. It doesn't overpower the other notes in here. And the walnut is beautiful. It actually smells like fresh cut wood. Yeah, the amber is just this like masculine cologne-y essence. I don't really think I get the lavender in here. I mean, I'm sure it's in there, but that's not how my brain is reading it. It just feels a bit cologne-y with wood. Super simple. Also love the green. The green jar is so pretty on this. White wax, and these are Thin Stiff Ropey Wicks. So that is all of the 75% off. Then I have the 4 Milk Bar. Buy 2, get 2 free, or buy 1, get 1 free, and I bought 4. So I got 2 and 2. First one is Peppermint Bark Truffle. And I am looking, my label is really crooked, y'all. If I hold this straight, yeah, it's like up off to the side. It goes whoop all the way up here. Really bad. If I was a collector, I'd be upset, but I'm not, so I don't care. Peppermint chocolate cake, crushed candy cane, and white chocolate. I think I'll be okay. The white chocolate note freaked me out a little bit. It does, at least on cold. I read it. I read the white chocolate, but it doesn't feel like a 1-for-1 of peppermint bark to me. I feel like in this case, the white chocolate is toned down more than in peppermint bark, and the mint is ramped up. This smells almost more like a York peppermint patty. That's the vibe I'm getting from this. I'm definitely not getting cake, but I do get chocolate. It feels like a dark chocolate. I'm definitely getting peppermint and anything candy cane related. And then the white chocolate is there, but it's kind of muted and overpowered by the peppermint. Whereas I feel like peppermint bark from Bath & Body Works was a whole lot of white chocolate and a little bit of peppermint. And it was very cloying. This feels very like crisp, fresh, sharp from the mint. Yeah, I think I'll be okay. I like it. White wax, Corwix. This looks a whole lot like the vanilla cake one that we got in part of the preview. It's just a little bit more, it's like a darker pink. Same plain neutral lid. Oh, they gave me the wrong one, y'all. This happened to Lizzie too. Lizzie got the wrong one. I should have checked. They gave me the Milk Bar birthday cake and it was supposed to be the raspberry, which is too bad because I smelled the raspberry in store today and it was phenomenal and I was really excited to start testing it. But here we are. I will be bringing this back. I don't need another one of these. I finished it. It was in my empties video for last month. If you want to know more, I'll put the link below and pop a card up here. That's got to go back to the store. Y'all, bummer. Cereal milk soft serve. The hub smelled this in store. He loved it. I am not crazy about it, but I will burn it because I want to test it for you all. And plus, he's going to enjoy it. It's soft ice cream, golden cornflakes, and frosted sugar, and it is very creamy. Yeah, it smells like melted ice cream to me. It's just not my jam. I mean, it literally smells like you waited too long to eat your ice cream, and then it gets like that weird like fat layer on top. When it melts, it kind of separates, and it has this weird like texture and flavor to it after that. That's what this smells like to me. It doesn't actually smell like soft serve when it's frozen. To me, this smells like melted ice cream. Cornflakes? Yeah. I just get like straight up milk. Like sweet milk. It almost smells like a vanilla milk from like Starbucks. It's okay. It's just not my thing. Thin Stiff Ruby Wicks White Wax. And then the last one in the collection is the Cinnamon Sugar Pretzel Cookie. This one I smelled, I do like this one. I don't think, I'm seeing some get a lot of like hate online. I don't think it smells that bad. Although this one smells a lot lighter than the one I smelled in store. It's toasted pretzel, cinnamon dusting, and sugared vanilla. This one smells more like cinnamon and less like the pretzel note. I feel like the one I smelled in the store, I got more of the pretzel. And I don't get a cookie note. I don't know why they're calling it pretzel cookie. There's no cookie scent note, and this does not give me cookie vibes at all. This just kind of smells like a cinnamon sugar with a hint of like breadiness. I don't think it's as good as Sugared Pretzel Twist from this summer's SAS, but it's very close. I think if you liked that one, you would like this, at least on cold. This one has kind of a sheen to it as well, kind of a glittery shimmer. Same lid, white wax, and these are Thin Stiff Ropey Wicks. Wicks look a little off-centered on this one too. So I will be doing a lit review on these four. So I'm going to take this one back and get the one that was supposed to be in my bag, which is the raspberry. And then I will do a lit review. It'll probably be out maybe next weekend. We'll see. It won't be long. So if you want to see that, subscribe, and I will show up in your feed as I publish my stuff. One more item in this BOPIS, and that was a soap for the hubs. The Vanilla Cafe Foam Soap. Interesting because they put the foam soap and the candle on 75% off, but not the body care. So I don't know what's up with that, but we did get the soap. This was $1.98. He really likes this one. It's smooth espresso, whipped vanilla, and toasted hazelnut. I'm not crazy about it, but it's not offensive to me. So I don't mind that he loves it. And we might just do like a side-by-side and have this soap with one I enjoy more. Yeah, the soap smells a little bit perfumey compared to the candle and the body spray. I don't know what in here would be making this smell perfumey. You get a little bit of espresso, a little bit of hazelnut. To me, this ends up smelling a bit like you took like a latte that has espresso and milk in it and then added Nutella. That's kind of the energy that I get from it. So that's for the hubs. He will enjoy that one. This BOPIS order, huge, right? Absolutely gigantic. Full price, if I had paid full price for everything, it would have been $381.30. However, I only paid $125.18, and I did not have my gift cards with me in Michigan, so I did pay, that's just the price I paid. I didn't get 20% off on top of that, and I didn't have a coupon. I know some of you lucked out and you had a coupon. Not me. So today, we went to the store to pick up the BOPIS order. Y'all, they had a ton of 75% off candles. One big, huge, you know, like the oblong tables, full wraparound of candles. Not only in the front, so they had like the table that's like a drop down in the front, plus the table, plus all the crates that like full build up, full on both sides. So I don't know what they're going to do with all that stuff. That's why I said I think SAS is probably still going to be here. They had a ton left. All the ones I bought were still there, plus a few extra, which is what I picked up. And then they had like one of those smaller square pillars full of like spring and summer candles that were 75% off. And that is mostly what I got here. I picked up 2 of these, and I was on the hunt for these. The Santorini Coast. This is creamy coconut, almond blossom, and warm vanilla. This quickly became one of my favorite coconut scents this summer. It was this one in vanilla coconut, or coconut vanilla. I don't remember. It had the sand dollar on the front. This one and that were my favorite coconuts of the season, and I had to have another one of these. It was so good, so relaxing. It's like more of a raw coconut vibe with a sweet vanilla. The almond blossom gives me more of like a marzipan vibe than it does a floral. It's just kind of almondy and nutty, like ground almond. And then with the sweetness from the vanilla that's in here, it's just so smoothing and warming and comforting and grounding. So I did grab 2 of these. And this was all they had left, were these last 2. So I was like, yep, those are both going in the bag. The Hubs was just kind of looking at me like, do we need more of those? And I was like, hey, you got Perfect Pink last week. When you went by yourself, I get these candles right here. He wanted to grab another one of the Vanilla Café. So this has the same scent notes as the foaming soap. Yeah, this one smells a little bit perfumey too. It's almost like a woody perfumey note. There's nothing woody in here though. Maybe it's the toasted note. White wax, thin stiff ropey wicks. I'm realizing I didn't show you the wax and wicks on the Santorini coast. These are thin stiff ropey and white as well. So those were 75% off. I had to, and this was one of them that sold out on the first day of the sale, and I was so sad that I couldn't get these. Y'all, they had them. Sea Salt and Caribbean, and they had, I think, 6 of them. It was so hard for me not to put all of them in the bag. I only grabbed 2. I'll probably regret that, but I do think this will come out next year. I just really love this jar. It's so pretty when it's lit. Core wicks on this one, white wax. This is Salted Driftwood, Lime, and Ocean Breeze. And this is one of the few Bath & Body Works candles that has lime in it that I can actually smell lime. Oh, it's so beautiful. The lime is... it's pretty sour. It's pretty sour and a little bit zesty. And then that saltiness is just adding this like beautiful energy of... I mean, it almost reminds me of like a margarita, but without the tequila. Yeah. Of like... you've got lime, the little wedge with the zest right next to your mouth while you are sipping on tequila margarita with the salt rim. So you're getting like the salt, the lime. And I don't know what Ocean Breeze is, but it feels a bit aquatic, a bit cologne-y, but not overpowering. So I had to get 2 of those. And then I did want to pick up, at this price point, one of the Vacation Villa, which was also in store. They had, I think, 2 of these. I only grabbed 1. And that's because this one wasn't very strong. But I love the scent. It's rich sandalwood, crisp linen, and sea breeze. This one also could have shown up in my linen episode, y'all. But I didn't have it, so I didn't include it. Now I do. And honestly, if I were to rank this, it probably would be right behind Fresh Laundry from Goose Creek. I really like this one. And it's because it is not a super powerhouse linen note. Very muted. Very sandalwood dominant. And so in that way, I think it's very similar to the Fresh Laundry from Goose Creek, because this doesn't feel like a linen candle to me. It feels like a sandalwood candle to me. And that Sea Breeze, I feel like it feels a little salty. Yeah. I didn't like this at first. I thought it was too simple. I ended up really liking it after burning it this summer. White wax, thin stiff ropey wicks. So that was that purchase. Now that, if I had paid a full price for it, would have been $161.80. For me, my subtotal was $40.54. I did use gift cards today. That brought my total down to $32.43. Not bad at all. Then we went down to the outlet store. Because why not? You know, gotta check out the outlet, see what they got going on. And they also had some goodies, y'all. One of those was Cider Lane for 75% off. Now, this is an online exclusive candle that I don't remember seeing when I put my order in, but someone must have done a return. They had it. It was 75% off. I actually really like this candle, despite it having apple notes in it. Red wax, thin stiff ropey wicks. This is warm caramel, Granny Smith apple, dark brown sugar, and ground clove. And it kind of just smells like classic caramel apple without being too cloying. I feel like it's well balanced. You get like a tart, juicy apple with a warm, sugary caramel. I do not get much clove in this at all. It does kind of feel like you are like walking in an apple orchard, eating a caramel apple and drinking apple cider. It's beautiful. I love it. So I'm glad to have another one of those. You know, I am not going to pass up Firecracker Pop, which luckily they still had these in stock. I've been eyeing these at that store now for several months. This one is a little bit dirty. It's been through it. It's got some scratching over here, a little bit of dirt on this side over here. I don't care, y'all. Thin Stiff Ropey Wicks White Wax. This is the international label, so probably came from Canada. It is red cherry, fresh citrus, and juicy berry. I love it. It smells like a blue raspberry cherry slushy. Oh, it reminds me of summer. Beautiful. So happy I got that at 75% off. And then they had a couple of single wicks I picked up. I ended up really enjoying berry waffle cone this summer. It is sweet summer berries, golden waffle cone, and creamy vanilla. I didn't like it at first in the 3-wick, but I grew to like it in the single wick. Happy to have this for next year. They also had sugar cone crunch at the other store, which is very similar in my opinion to this. They're not the same, but they're close enough. But I already have a backup of sugar cone crunch, so I just went with this one in the single wick. Purple wax on this. Pretty thick ropey wick for the single wick, and this is one of their Mason style. These came out for Summer Sass. Now, I ragged on this candle. I said I didn't like it. I didn't care it didn't come out in a 3-wick this year. But y'all, I have been burning so much and melting so much apple, caramel, kettle corn, popcorn, you name it. It's like carnival season and I have been just all over the place. I smelled this again in store and I was like, you know what? It's not that bad. Summer Boardwalk in the single wick. It's caramel glazed popcorn, warm taffy apples, and salty sweet cream. And it was just very cloying when I smelled it in the spring. I do still think it's got a tinge to it that reminds me a little bit of Trick or Treat from Goose Creek, which I can't stand. But I think it's technically the graham cracker note in that I don't like. It also feels a bit like the Goose Creek caramel apple and a bit like the one with pear and like marshmallow, I think it was. It gives just this like fall fruity with a caramelly sweet buttery note, and I think I'll enjoy it. It was 75% off. If I don't, then I'll destash it. It's not the end of the world. And then the Hubs picked up a couple of 75% off items. One of those is the Nourishing Lip Mask in the orange creamsicle. Is this, it's not really, I mean, it's a scent, but it's a taste, right? Because you put this in your mouth or on your mouth. He likes these. For me, personally, the label got kind of dirty there. It's kind of gross. I'm super sensitive to anything I put on my lips. I usually just use classic chapstick because this stuff can make me literally feel ill. But he likes it, so that's his. And then he picked up a hand cream in the glazed pumpkin. This does not have the scent notes on here. We use these, well, he uses it for his hands because his hands get really dry. He does the dishes in our house. Yes, I am lucky. Or some might say he is well trained. That's a joke. I remember I said that to him once. I'm like, you're so well trained. And he's like, you train dogs, you condition humans. I was like, fair enough. You're well conditioned. So he does the dishes. His hands get really dry. So he uses these on his hands. I use them on my feet. This is nice. Sweet, creamy. I don't feel like I get like a strong pumpkin spice energy from it. Just a hint of something warm in there. So that one is the hand cream. I think I saw these are going to be going on sale on Tuesday. So this ended up being, what, $1 something? Or was it $2 something? Yeah, it was $2.24. So not bad. I think the sale's usually like $1.95. But whatever. We were there. He wanted it, so we picked it up. So outlet store, if we had paid full price for everything, it would have been $83.99. We had the gift card today, and let's see, it was a subtotal of $25.69. With the gift card, it was $20.55. So grand total, if I had paid full price for everything, which was a lot that I shared with you today, it would have been $794.74. However, between fall sale, the buy one get one on the milk bar, and my gift cards, I paid $214.65 for all of this. So many candles. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26 3-wicks. I have to figure out where I'm going to put those. And what, 2 single wicks? 2 soaps, a lip mask, and hand cream, y'all. And oh, and yeah, there's the other soap. That's 2? Yeah, that's 2 soaps. Plus a soap dispenser. So anyways, I think I did good. Super happy as a clam, but also hoping that winter sass will still be fun, right? That's my main hope, is that we'll still have a good time this winter. All right, y'all, that is it. I've been talking forever. I'm going to cut here, wrap things up. If you liked this haul video, give me a thumbs up. Also, I would love to hear about what you were able to pick up at this fall massive sale, 75% off. Put that in the comments below. Tell me, does your store have much stock left? Do you think these will show up again for your winter sass? And if you have any questions about any of these items, be sure to put those below as well. Be on the lookout. I will have a lit review on the new Milk Bar release. I will also have some awesome things coming up this week. I have several Kringle reviews, including the new, it's like all boozy Holiday Reserve line, which was sent to me in PR. You're going to see my cold impressions early this week. I also have another Goose Creek haul over here that was all like fall sale candles that I picked up. I have some new wax melts from 2 vendors that are new to me. I'll be sharing on my Wax Melt Wednesdays episode on Wednesday. So you want to be here, subscribe, share, like, hype. I guess that's a thing still. Anyhow, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for spending part of your Sunday with me here today. I'll see you later. Bye.